Hook. What comes or airdrop into Ido diving, and the Shining Wonder is out. All the spirit damage is here. You don't have to go to the circus comes to you, at least when it's melee creeps, and Ido's on the Celeste into the fountain for a moment. No care in the world. And that's 5 of the Flora men living up to their name on the floor.
CB, what the hell just happened?
About a minute left on this rejuve, so a lot of time to work with when it comes to sieging these shrines.
Hook. What comes or airdrop into Ido diving, and the Shining Wonder is out. All the spirit damage is here. You don't have to go to the circus comes to you, at least when it's melee creeps, and Ido's on the Celeste into the fountain for a moment. No care in the world. And that's 5 of the Flora men living up to their name on the floor.
CB, what the hell just happened?
But you're gonna go for it. We'll see how it happens. They lose the Walker in the middle of it. Page alt set cross map as the Urn gets knocked at loose. Knocks Nostra in over the top here from Ido, clearing the way. Melee creeps full contest here onto the Urn, and what could be one of the final fights here of the game. Rocker, though, trying to make something happen here on the Silver. They're able to get Scout at the cost of AVG. Lycan form soon to go. Rocker, can you do something here on the Silver? A lot of players close up. An ideal opportunity, perhaps, but no, you're just getting chunked from all ends. Shiv going in on the finish. John comes in with the high damage, and that is going to be Floormen cleaning up the Urn fight. The Urn, well, on its way.
Primary for a gun carry, and a lot of nice defensive utility as well on the kit. So that's the hero priority for Night Shift 26. Now let's take a look at some of the top items that we saw today. Counterspell, absolutely on top with a bullet, taking the #1 spot this week. 5.3 buys per game. I feel like the death of Debuff from River, now Dispel Magic, no longer bought nearly as often, has really opened the game up to Counterspell. And honestly, I'm here for it. I feel like Counterspell is probably the highest skill of the green items in max stacks. Like, there's almost no way you're ever not going to be at max stacks on Celeste. So your gun actually kind of becomes a real threat with Spellslinger online.
At this point, melee creeps have to make a gigantic mistake. They are cruising on their way to another NA championship here. And look, give credit where credit's due. Floormen kept this close for quite a while, and I think had a much better draft. Rocker was a force of nature on the Mina in the early to mid game, but game state wise, there's still plenty of win conditions for Floormen, especially if the Paradox to land a swap and how active the bid is. They get Fish Cake, just catches him by proximity in the middle.
Look at that timer, ZP. 65 seconds.
It's a long time, especially if you down Abrams, where realistically for melee creeps, you're kind of relying on Abrams for the front line. Like, yeah, you got a Geist, you got a Ven, you have other sources, but the Scout is so at risk of just getting run over in a period of time where Fish Cake is down if a full team fight gets forced.
Likely yield the dunk. It's not good just yet.
Urn's down. Right now, the Urn is in progress. You have Scout creating space here at the Hyper Beam. You got Saya just walks in, picks up the Urn for free with the Hyper Beam cover. A disaster for the Floormen, who frankly got engaged on, where they're still down 4 ults.
And they got hooked under tower by Scout. Didn't see that one, but I mean, this rejuve should buy you the time to maybe even the soul lead, but maybe the creeps, classic melee creeps, right? They're getting as much as they can out of the map, even in a tough spot. The Zipknock not going to be chased by Goober, as actually it's melee creeps who are looking to potentially continue to take these fights. Kind of wild considering they're down 1 and against rejuves. Pulling away is the Billy chain. Okay, I was like, I don't know how this interaction works, but I'm about to find out.
That was wild. I looked at it, I was like, it's surely not, but okay.
John, it's going to stick in, go for the full commit here. Going to be put to sleep. Set up some free damage, and Shiv just dumps the whole load onto John. Meanwhile, Scout also goes down to League. We are getting a free Urn Dunk for Saya, but this could be expensive. If Fish Cake also goes down, I think 3 kills is probably worth it.
3 kills is mid-boss. If they're able to get Fish Cake on top of it here, I think you send this mid. This is a really worthwhile trade for Urn if you're able to finish this last kill and immediately go mid-boss. The timer started. John's still down for 35, but the fact Fish Cake is able to get away, I think, makes it a little bit more...
Down. They're just letting AVG chase this one. They're not even leaving other players. Saya also down, trying to go for a cheeky contest there, and it's going to be a full triple rejuve. You didn't even have to pop the Warden for that. You're just tanking the Shining Wonder, sharing the load as a team here. And Floormen healthy. It's going to have a good game every single time. Your draft will never stop that, at least from what I've seen in Night Shift.
Oh dear Lord!
He has
Look
11-0.
I was gonna say, I don't know. I feel like the not letting Ido get get Mina last pick is carrying a little bit of weight here, Jake. As I take a look at this, like
there might be something to this. But I don't know, like Mina arguably isn't even like as broken as she was, right? Like there are other heroes like Ido will do this, have like the same stats on a pocket or on a shiv.
Is Celeste just simply that good that she will annihilate a game, which I think is actually pretty possible.
I love the ramp grab.
But yeah, the overall draft though for Florman, especially if you combine like EU data and what we know is good, I love the Florman draft. I think this is the strongest draft they have had in weeks. Well, we'll see what Melee Creeps rounds it out with, but I really, really like how Florman have drafted around here. It's just a matter of, is Celeste that good? And Ven's final pick, actually, I think is pretty reasonable value.
Yeah, it gives you a bit of frontline defense. Now, Florman charging forward. This is their moment to maybe find some kills. Ido being suppressed by Goober starts to turn back into this fight, and a stun of the Goober could put him in trouble. Ido, enough damage with that Shining Wonder to clean up Goober. In the end, it's just a 2-for-1. Florman losing another for that one and only finding Fishcake. Not a great trade for them unless Billy can find more.
Billy a little bit late going in for round 2 and gets the pull on the scout towards the very end, but I don't think there's a damage to go along with it. Yeah, you got the chain gang. However, looking for Ven towards the back end side. Ido still active in the fight. The night shift rolls along. ZP and Jake here, back as we get into the NA money match. And, you know, Jake, we were just discussing a little bit of stats that have gone down over the last few weeks. And since Silver has been playable, Silver's win rate has not actually been all that hot, despite getting picked a lot. 33% win rate so far.
Yeah, what, 5 and 10 is a pretty tough spot for her to be. I do think the win rate doesn't, or is he just boxing? Oh, he's going for another one. He wants to get active. He's thinking about it.
Oh man, that would have been nasty if he went in for it. Wait, he thinks about it, then go back the other way. It's like, guys, they're getting active. Come in, Viper, from the back. We'll see how this one pans out.
Yeah, where the creeps are, though, the fact that they're under the opponent tower is not much you can do. You're just going to throw some spells. It's, for the most part, just speculative, putting out some damage, using the cooldowns. Why not? You're on a box roam anyway. I will say for this lane, Pashbop, super happy.
You think about the comp they have. They don't have a Paradox. They don't have a Holiday or a Bebop. Getting picks with this setup with the Viper is actually significantly harder than if you had one of those characters. So this is now the worst case scenario for Florman to turn this around. It may not be getting better as ABG getting hit with the Nox Nostra completely dumped on from the top.
I talked about the value of that silence, right? Abrams not able to charge out of trouble, caught by that one. The slowing hex set it up, and Mina knocked it down. And Ido, I mean, all those times survive, further opening the potential for a game-ending siege when the next mid-boss goes down.
They're going to stay disciplined, Jake. They know mid-boss is up in 20 seconds. They got a pick on the Billy, who would, you know, already is like a pretty brutal pick when you're looking to contest middle. So this leads us to what's going to be the final fight. Also, yeah, I was about to say, that seems like kind of a misplay. Like, I understand you're defending base and, you know, you're looking for an opportunity, but I almost feel like some part of you has to be aware that mid-boss is coming up soon. And nap time is one of the absolute best abilities to contest, and they're not going to says gone up over time. Like the level of comfort you need on this hero to just go point blank with some of the power shot setups, especially the point blank birds rotating around corners. It looks seamless from a cast perspective, but if you've played the hero, you realize some of this stuff consistency wise, like this battle right here, to just go in versus Billy close range, do all this and get away with your life is ridiculous. Well, he dies to the other person, but lived versus Billy.
Yeah, it's actually, I mean, it's scary because you miss like
inside your own fountain and maybe save the best for last. Final barrel on the striker, a full team wipe for the Floormen. And Jake, that is going to wrap things up nicely as Floormen just have a little bit of base destruction to do until they get their rematch once more against the Melee Creeps.
Very sick Vortex Web there from Sick P, sets up a huge nuke from the rest of his team, and it is just over, man. Not even a player alive likely as the final patron goes down. It's going to be Billy versus the world. Look, I gotta say, this one, it ain't coming home. Billy, a valiant attempt, I should say, diving in, doing what he can for the defense. But
what is going on in chat right now?
Right about exactly nothing. Goober's flaming the Twitch chat from the game. That's such a, I love it.
What in the world? I mean, that was too much to follow at the very end. You talk about the chaos of an average Deadlock fight. What about the chaos of the average Deadlock chat fight?
No, forget Mavis Beacon teaches typing, bro. You just
Goober might be under assault here.
It's crazy. He's slow shopping. Hello? And this is going to get a lot of big damage. The missed parry means a lot of heavy melees coming in. This could be a kill for G-Free. Goober's trying to teleport right back the other way. Oh, and another parry just barely gets him out. This time, I think Goober should be out of trouble. Silver's coming in to try and intercept this one and finish the kill. But if Goober just lives from this, it's actually...
If you have an Ivy, you can just tell her, hey, throw kids over there, and then fly to the fight, and it's great. I think it's a better, it's a more measured option. She's still a good fighter. She's just not as OP with the ult and immobilize.
I will say on paper, as I look at this, I am a little bit worried for Floorman on the early laning presence, just because, no earnings. When you take a look at what they're going to be able to bring the Baron lane, it's going to be a bit ugly. Not that Floorman are entirely without options in regards to it. They have some decent lanes they can bring up, but I almost look at the early coming in from Rockers. So Earn is not the turnabout no earnings we're looking for, and down 8, almost 9K right now, Jake. A rough start to the game.
Yeah, definitely. Strider getting the most he can out of these underground arenas, right? With no Calico in the game, he's the only character who's going to be able to get down here and unlock a lot of potential souls for his team. That's kind of keeping them in the farm game here. However, ultimately, still down 7K. This is like a 10% lead at this moment in the match. Little bit scary. I think we're
the format here today. Of course, we start things out with our challenging match, which goes into the money match, but a new team to be had here. Bunny with Clock, they're going to be taking the week off, and instead we're giving another opportunity here to No Earnings, a team that, they've played in one BO1 in Night Shift history so far, but they looked promising, and, when possible, when, it meets our standards of competition, we do like expanding, the veil a little bit, getting more teams in, and, see what No Earnings can bring here tonight against a Floorman team that, they looked good in the BO1 last week, Jake, but once again fell a bit short against melee creeps.
Yeah, tough opponents for sure. For No Earnings. Floormen look pretty strong as well, and that's a team that is kind of just getting going with a new roster and new adjustments. I kind of want to see, them going up against melee creeps again, but hey, you never know for No Earnings. Maybe they can play spoiler and deny them that second chance. I think for Floormen, you don't want to leave anything to chance in that particular one. You want to have a very solid BO1, and we see that a lot from the teams in the BO1, the challenger matches. They take things very slow and steady. No reason to rush and take a big risk, as we joining the YouTube member community as well. All that really goes towards keeping the show alive, and we really do appreciate it. It's a community-led event for sure.
Well, speaking of community, sometimes we get new events like a new hero being released. We need to go a little bit outside the normal broadcast to bring in some expertise. We're going to be bringing in Lightbringer here and talk a little bit about Apollo and their first draft of the night. So Lightbringer, welcome back to the show. Always a pleasure to have you on. And, as we go through some Apollo clips here, tell us a little bit about Apollo, like where you see him here and now.
At least when you're not in Lycan Curse form, when you are, it's fine, but when you're not, it kind of sucks. So, unbelievable game from Abrahams. We talked about how you can't put them down, and this just really was the best example of that.
It was spectacular stuff. Up until the point where I thought low-key W was obviously going to take this match, especially towards the mid-game, and obviously it slipped a little bit here, Blank. I was on board for giving someone like Trax the MVP for, I just guess, this singular game. Him on the Sinclair with a majestic leap.
Oh, dude, this is tough now. Together has the Shadow Weave, Phantom Strike, Echo Shard combo on the shoulder charge online. This is disgusting. He's finding Listic with this one. Absolutely. Echo Shard into another shoulder charge. It's instant deletion.
Oh, there's nothing you can do for Abrahams now. If they choose to try to stick around, they still have the 3 Rejuve crystals. So doing so is going to be a smart decision. The Hex is not there. They're applying unbelievable pressure, keeping the opponents in the fountain. And now here it comes. The Hidden King is getting absolutely destroyed in the pit. Someone's going to jump in there. Someone's got to stop this. Invulnerable now. Someone is in the pit looking to try to get this Hidden King up again, but it's just too much right now. The Death Slam did it do enough to flog, going to connect to absolutely everybody. Together will finally fall as they continue to fight in the pit here to make this invulnerable. They need to keep 2 people's feet on the ground, otherwise it can be sniped. It's so low at this point, but still the fight continues. They're still able to stay up here. Hoot now pushing them out, and finally victory is had by Abrahams with an unbelievable comeback again, of course. Tops as both teams are fighting hard for it. Just like you said, Trax is so low on the Sinclair. He's got to disengage right now, and this is a really bad spot for the Shiv. Able to get the execute though. The Hillbane giving him a little bit of a heal. More uptime there. More daggers connected. Taz trying to escape. Great movement. Is the killing blow going to come in soon? Needs more damage. Just a lick more damage. Can he get pursued? He keeps going with the shotgun movement. The killing blow comes in too soon. I think we got a barrier there that blocked it. Amazing support coming in from Sane, and now suddenly massive problems for Cosmetical trying to get out of there. there. The bloodletting really helpful in surviving this one, but he's just going to tick away, and that knockdown is surely going to seal his fate. But the shotgun movement is so sick. He is escaping. He's playing Trackmania out here. He's getting to base. What?
Damn, so that's the guy's go-to who I'm racing against. That's nuts.
Trax is so low on the Sinclair. He's got to disengage right now. And this is a really bad spot for the Shiv. Able to get the execute, though. The Hillbane giving him a little bit of a heal. More uptime there. More daggers connected. Taz trying to escape. Great movement. Is the killing blow going to come in soon? Needs more damage. Just a lick more damage. Can he get pursued? He keeps going with the shotgun movement. The killing blow comes in too soon. I think we got a barrier there that blocked it. Amazing support coming in from Sane. And now suddenly, massive problems for Cosmetical, trying to get out of there. The bloodletting really helpful in surviving this one, but he's just going to tick away, and that knockdown is surely going to seal his fate. But the shotgun movement is so sick. He is escaping. He's playing Trackmania out here. He's getting to base.
Cooldowns. This is a good start, though, on towards Listic.
Yeah, up in the close ranges. Big chunky damage done to the apron. Whoa! How Bane giving him a little bit of a heal. More uptime there. More daggers connected. Taz trying to escape. Great movement. Is the killing blow going to come in soon? Needs more damage. Just a lick more damage. Can he get pursued? He keeps going with the shotgun movement. The killing blow comes in too soon. I think we got a barrier there that blocked it. Amazing support coming in from Sane. And now suddenly, massive problems for Cosmetical. Trying to get out of there. The bloodletting really helpful in surviving this one, but he's just going to tick away, and that knockdown is surely going to seal his fate. But the shotgun movement is so sick. He is escaping. He's playing Trackmania out here. He's getting to base. What?
Damn, so that's the guy's go-to who I'm racing against. That's nuts. What an incredible play there coming through in Cosmetical. When everything looked bad, he was managed to get out of there with the shotgun racing. Goodness me, like a rocket in the middle of the map there. If I was the Grays, I'd be pretty upset with that one. I wonder if Taz even got superior duration online, because maybe if he did that toxic bullet, clear the rest of your jungle, or even clear the rest of the enemies. This was a disgusting slice and dice up the stairs. An incredible amount of damage. How do we play around him stealing all of our ults all the time on reduced cooldowns? This is a good start, though, on towards Listic.
Yeah, up in the close ranges. Big chunky damage done to the apron. Whoa! How he elevated himself out of the building there with that like, precision seismic slam. And speaking of which, we've got the knockdowns coming onto the Lash. That's a huge find there for Abraham here. Huge fight around the mid boss. Looking to try to get more kills here as the escape happens from Abraham's. They're trying to get out of there, but this is a fantastic turnaround from Loki W, making it all happen. The mobility there, again, on the Graves, not amazing. You have the shotgunning shifts coming straight for you. There's no way out of this one. Killing blow lands, and that mid walker might just...
He might be catching himself some claws here. And Silver is getting a lot of work done. Slamfire goes through. There's a quick melee that comes back, healing the Vanta up just a little bit, but not quite enough, and will get stunned off the pad. Smashes into the bridge. Quick melee that comes back, healing the Vanta up just a little bit, but not quite enough, and will get stunned off the pad. Though, if they're able to get this Walker on the side of Loki W, it's very good news for them. Good damage over towards Who, but fairly uncatchable. Nasty little Etani Losan will find one kill over towards Listic. D-Mob comes from behind with a good shot into the knife stab. That is good.
But the thing about Deadlock that's really fun is that, you know, you gain a lot of information about the draft for next time. So we'll see how that plays out. But here it is. There's that ridiculously OP ult. I feel like it's so good. And just absolutely blasting through everybody. Diving into the base. It just has to be who that's going to be playing this abomination. Apollo is obviously got nerfed across the board. We talked about it earlier in the show today, but I still think he's really good. And we get, you know, you gain a lot of information about the draft for next time, so we'll see how that plays out. But here it is. There's that ridiculously OP ult. I feel like it's so good. And just absolutely blasting through everybody. Diving into the base. And now just a matter of cleaning up all the buildings. Final objectives. Rakes Bullet Dance does absolutely nothing at this point.
Yep. Who on that Rainbow Skittles and Carnage high?
Anya to Parzival, who's the coach, and the response was hard to say. It was an electricity problem, and now he has no internet connection.
Oh,
no. So Loki W win, right? Because they're technically ahead.
I mean, we would consult with the teams.
I'm joking,
I was going to say, they would not necessarily.
The new winner of Night Shift by default. It's crazy. No, it's kind of sad. I mean, it's beautiful. How in on that?
Whoa.
Take me over there. It's a beautiful pause mode. No. Go back. Go back. To the left. No.
Bastards.
Oh, yeah. Come back. There we go. Take us over there. Take us to that magical place on the tier 3 camp. Beautiful. Yeah, I love the curse. I love the curse. Not only that, bowler from silver. That's a big thing to drop over towards the Celeste. I mean, I've hit bowlers on Celeste and they don't know what to do. You take movement away from a Celeste, they're confused. They're absolutely mystified.
True. Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, it's definitely a really, really valuable thing to be able to do. And I mean, I think this is another thing. If you guys are newer to Deadlock, one of the quickest bits of advice you can kind of ever pick up is you're against any kind of movement hero, and it's kind of obvious, the movement hero is like a Lash or a Celeste or whatever.
Giving up that time.
Okay, this is a nice kill to get, but they're not going to get it because in comes the rest of Abraham's for the assist, and Abraham's converting 2 kills into mid-boss. Looking like they are about to run away with this one, Blank. The urn is up. Break could grab it, but I don't know. Can they contest this? They can't really get there in time.
I mean, the Ivy's trying the best she can to get there with airdrop into the stone form. Will hit it down. It's a big stun. It's a nice swap out. They will find 2. Dimov will catch a second and grabs the third. This gem belongs to Dimov here today. And it's a free capture and a full wipe over towards low-key W outside of Captain and just crazy stuff. This is what I wanted to watch. It's a good try with the shoulder charge. Very quick reaction speed on the sleep dagger to stop that midway through. Drake will suffer for that one. Taz finds tracks off in the distance. Who is out? And this is just what makes this character so difficult to play against. Look at the corner boost on this one.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I would be shocked if it works this well against them.
I'm to go for the 360 stab. That's what I'm talking about. It's just the pure damage. It's just crazy stuff. But this is what I wanted to watch. 1K? Oh my.
You know what? All these Americans, get out of here. Okay.
Get them out.
Like, we're taking over. Where's my flag? I don't even live in England. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean, you got the Polish flag, dude. 100%. The Polish
flag. Polska Grom. That's correct. Yes. I won't say any other Polish words. Yeah. You know what? All these Americans, get out of here. Okay.
Get them out.
Like, we're taking over. Where's my flag? I don't even live in England. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean, you got the Polish flag, dude. 100%. The Polish
flag. Polska Grom. That's correct. Yes. I won't say any other Polish words. But we have got ourselves the draft. Here we go. As we have got Abrams going up against Low-Key W. It will be Low-Key W's first pick, first ban to get things rocking and a rolling, DDK.
I mean, then you're just like, what does that mean?
It's like a mild cocoa.
The marshmallows aren't going to melt.
It's been left out for a little bit. You can down it in one go. I think that's kind of one of the best cocos you can have, on the go.
Okay, right. Well, you could buy a lot of cocos for $50 from Niflation.
Oh, really?
How goes it, guys? Love the comp scene for this game already. I love giving up some dosh. Yes, love that to the prize pool. Shout out to my man Gozzy, who's somewhere in the chat. Probably a much love for...
Should be the mid-boss. There is still a Sinclair ult in hand, but he's waiting to go for the rabbit. Do they have Stoneform still up? Are they just going to have to go on this one raw?
There we go, the drop down with the last stand, just getting straight on top of it, and that's
lackluster.
Yeah, it's lackluster. It's gonna be 3 rejuve crystals there for Low-Key W. So
have an Ivy, and that's right. It's because of stone form.
And yeah, it's really cool to see now how the game has shifted.
Death Slam that was. The amount of time he delayed on it so they couldn't get the counter spell off really just won them that fight. Because if not for that, I'm pretty sure 2 counter spells maybe come through there and then he doesn't get anything, any value off of that Death Slam. So really good patience coming through from Drake. Because his Death Slam is the big ult for that team.
Yeah, that's a great point. Multiple catches, again, causing problems. Massive burst damage, and it's going to be back to the
place right now. Is it overpowered? That's the question.
Oh my god.
I think the silver is in a very, very strong place right now. Is it overpowered? That's the question.
Oh my god. Oh, styling on him. Sometimes you can just like pull them out of the air with the ground strike, but Lash there, threat for the mid boss. They can actually finish this one off and actually put themselves in a really good spot here, Blank.
There is Chain Gang, there is Knights, so there's potential they try and come for this, but immediate disengage off this mid-boss every time. Right now, low-key W is just pouncing on the back of Leviathan. They are not getting away with them whatsoever. Mid-boss is just taking a break each time they head on down.
So cool to see the communication, how